So you bought it for 600 and you can take it to a 12 cap, like a 1.1 or
Yeah.
1.2 valuation.
If I were actually look at it like start to finish, it's been about 5 months since like day one starting. And then I think week two in your school, I found this deal. I Googled like self-storage Dallas, and then I basically just panned out, and you can see basically like the whole Metroplex. There was this whole area up there off of 82. I found this owner that had a storage facility for sale. I just reached out and called the facility because I wanted his advice.
Mhm.
Uh, and so he, we got to talk, and he talked to me for like an hour. And he told me, get on Google, go to the Dollar General. There's a facility there. Then there's another small one tucked, and so that's when I started looking, and I was just going to start cold calling. I'm like,
And
crazy that it
that was
happened.
week two in storage school.
It's funny how like one phone call kind of put these facilities on the map. I find out that this one guy I talked to only owns two of those buildings, and that's a different business. So then I reach out to those guys. One brother doesn't want to sell, the other does.
You came to office hours. I guess like, and you're like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go meet him. So how did that all happen?
So yeah, I called him, he's like, I'll take an offer. And then I basically had looked at it um on the storage school, and then I called DeMonte. We looked at it one night, and I think it was with you initially. And so I came up with an offer that I thought was fair. I just called him. I don't want to waste your time. That's not how I am. So here's what I'm going to offer you. And he was like, okay. Well, I was thinking like, I was like, I'll offer you 125 for this facility. And he's like, I was thinking 150. And I'm like, okay, let me go back to the drawing board. And so, uh, and that's kind of the same thing I did with these other guys. I called them. And so I basically just said, here's what I offered this guy. And here's what I'm willing to. And we were like $25,000 off as well. So yeah, that's kind of how it got started. The price that was agreed upon was 600,000, which was close to what I was going to offer anyways. It was slightly over, and we're around an 8 cap. And but this market is really amazing because you have unsophisticated operators, and you also have facilities that are just sitting and nobody picks up the phone and they're full. And then looking at what we could raise the rates to, which is the only available storage is like 45 minutes away. And so raising rates to these bigger towns, yeah, I mean, the facility is going to be worth like 1.1. And I even believe, I'm going to find out if this is true, that we can even raise rates slightly higher than that larger town because we don't have competition.
How did you put that business plan together to even take it to your captain?
So I basically use your spreadsheet, which of course looks very impressive and has all the numbers. I showed him what they're generating right now. I showed him the closest storage available in the market and what those units are. And of course, I have it all broken out by units. And but showing him that, yeah, I mean, literally within 18 months to 2 years, as we raise rates, and we increase revenue, like this is the stabilization value. I think one, having it all laid out in a spreadsheet was like impressive to him. He called me back the next day and he's like, "Hey, I'm in for like 100,000 if you'll take it. I want to be, passive. Like you're gonna do most of the work, and we have a 60-40 split." Um, but he's already talking about the next one immediately, and I want this thing to cash flow 5, 10 years down the road, and I want to build a brand, a small town storage brand, because I see a huge opportunity there.
Was
So,
there
because you've always said like, what's your exit strategy, right? What's your value add? Well, I got my value add is that I have such a large window to raise rates. But not just that, I have land to build more storage on. And so the stabilization value that I'm giving you right now is based on the square footage that we have. And there will be more. In 10 years, this is going to be a much larger facility. For me, I mean, I'm all in, and this is something too that I want to pass down to my kids. I
yeah.
try to keep my dreams like to try to keep them
No.
manageable, but I
Screw
also
it.
dream big. And
Screw
so
it.
I have like big goals. I've heard other people talk in your storage school, like the guy that went and did a syndication for like 40 self-storage facility. And I'm like, a portfolio like that, like that like opened my mind to like, holy crap, like this is where I want to go with this. It's going to take me a little while, but yeah, in 5 years and in 10 years, I'm really excited to see like what I've built. I'm not the smartest guy. I've told you this. Like, you don't have to be crazy intelligent to be successful in self-storage, right? But you have to be persistent and you have to put yourself out there. And I think for
The
me,
fact
the
that you're
real
thinking,
celebration is
yeah.
not going to be like, balloons and everybody. Yeah, it's like there's not going to be a moment like that. For me, the celebration is going to be when I'm like surrounded by my family that maybe I've been able to help financially as well. And, you know, we're maybe out on a boat that I own and everybody's having a good time. And like my hard work and dedication has like been able to make that happen for like the people that are close to me.